All right, y'all, welcome back to the podcast in another episode live from Damascus Trail Days. And we do apologize. We do have an auctioneer in the background, but I am here with my very good friend, Austin Wallis. We are showing our film this evening. And Austin, what do you think about Trail Days?
I am legitimately beyond words.
Well, you're going to have to come up with something.
It is the full spectrum of people out here. Like, I mean, so this is my first Trail Days, and like the people that are in the parade just represent all walks of life. We were talking about it, like all ages. So, I don't think you can count the kids that were squirting water at the very beginning. But all the hikers, it was just all ages. It was really cool to see.
It was really cool, and our sign, we made it the last minute, class of 2017. It was good. Actually wallpaper.
It looked good.
I don't know where it came from.
That's true hiker trash fashion.
That is true hiker trash, and it was my first time actually hiking in the parade. I have been looking forward to this.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty darn cool.
Since the summer of 2017, really, and I have no idea why. I never hiked in the parade even prior to COVID. Not quite sure what went down in my world during the summer or during May, but I'm sure it has something to do with the school year, and just couldn't muster up I knew I was going to be tired strength to endure this weekend. But we have not been together in quite some time, and we're showing our film here this evening, and I'll be honest with you, I have not watched Safe and Found since January 20th.
Well, full disclosure, I watched it last night just to make sure that the version we show tonight isn't like glitched in any way. And I'm so freaking proud of it. Like, yeah, I was telling my brother this, we were hiking a couple weeks ago and just kind of sitting around the campfire talking, and I was telling him, I was just like, it has been one of the most rewarding experiences to put that together. I mean, it was a truckload of work.
Beyond our anticipation.
Oh my God.
And beyond our anticipation so much, we are taking the largest break known to mankind.
Yeah. I feel I have no remorse on taking a knee.
No.
It's felt good.
In fact, I'm on all fours.
Well, I mean, it's given us a chance to go back to what makes us Jester and Austin. I mean, you've been doing a whole bunch of really awesome stuff with Jester Section Hiker. It's given me a chance to edit trip videos from last year.
You got your expedition video out from Glacier National Park.
Yep, so cranking through old footage and getting old videos out. So it's kind of helped us kind of get recentered before we start looking at the horizon and see what's next. But
yeah, and I don't know what's next, but I know what is not next.
We've learned a lot.
We've learned a lot.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot. And what I've learned is I really like the content that you put out on Side Trail Adventures and what I do with the podcast. And I think that is the mix that we need to stick with.
Yeah.
Just us together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. I don't know what that looks like, and that's okay.
Well, the good news is nobody is breathing down our necks to do anything.
No, and that's wonderful.
I think we're both in the same place where we need to keep it fun.
Yeah.
And right now we're keeping it fun.
Yeah.
Safe and Found was a lot of work, but it was a blast. I still kind of pinched myself when I went back and watched it last night. I was like, we did this.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, who did that? And I go, oh, we did that.
Right.
2 people.
We did it.
I think that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
2 people. We went and did all the interviews.
Yep.
And one of the interviews was in Kentucky.
One of the interviews was in Kentucky. One of the interviews was 3 people at once. I
forgot about that.
I still hang my head on that
The round table
one.
discussion.
That was 3 people, 4 cameras, 4 mics, and we don't even count the on-camera mics. So that was. I mean, it was but at the end, like, it was all worth it. Like the final product. I mean, I just think it speaks to so many. I mean, obviously, it speaks to so many people. So for those that I know, we kind of put it out on the Jester Wallis Facebook page and whatnot, and Instagram. But Safe and Found was actually shown out in Colorado by another search and rescue team out there who was ironically was doing a fundraiser for their team and showed Safe and Found as part of their fundraiser.
I think they raised close to $10,000.
Yeah. And
that is crazy.
That's awesome. But it speaks to the universal messages that we try to portray. And, at the very beginning, when we were planning this, we were like, we want to make a documentary that's informational, educational, and just entertaining. And I like to think we hit the mark.
I think we did.
I really like, because it's got like 11,000 views on YouTube so far.
Almost 12,000.
Yeah.
I did look at that the other day. I'm gonna go. I bet by the end of this weekend we'll have 12,000.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But obviously it resonates with people, and really I see this as the beginning. The last year we created it, and this year we're promoting it.
Yeah.
And putting it out there for everyone and making sure that more people see it. And so I feel really, really good about it. It makes me feel good.
And from the business end of it, this was the first time that we had to do our company taxes.
Oh, Lord.
I know. It was the first time.
Lord.
And we're growing in, I don't even know if you want to call it entrepreneurship. I guess you call it entrepreneurship, small business, because this is the first time. We are a true 2-member LLC, Jester Wallis Productions, and you have to file your taxes that way. And those are the motions that you have to go through that nobody talks about. It's all the, oh, look at this, and oh, I'm going over here and shooting this. Well, you also have the business aspect of it, which we've learned a lot of too.
Yes.
We've learned what we need to charge. And, we laugh about that, but everything we've basically done, we've done for free. We've made zero money. And we did that out of our own accord. We know we needed to do that. We did have Hiker Metals on board with us last year, and if it wasn't for Hiker Metals, we wouldn't have been able to.
Safe and Found wouldn't have happened without Wim Shulkin.
No.
That's just hands down. He stepped up in word and deed and backed us up.
And still backs us up.
And still backs us up. And I can't say enough good things about Wim and Hiker Metals. They're just awesome.
And in fact, I wore my 2017 Hiker Medal in the parade today.
Yeah, you did. The OG.
The OG, that one does not exist anymore, people. He's updated it, and you can no longer get, I guess, that particular medal. So if you want to see it, look on my Instagram, and you will see clips of me walking in the parade with that medal. But that was crazy. Completing the film, it took us over a year, and I'm excited to actually show it in an actual market that I don't think they know what they're going to be seeing unless they've seen it on our channel, and I don't think so.
There's probably at least a couple handfuls that are repeat customers, but this is the demographic that I think needs to see it.
There are hikers here from all over the world.
Yeah.
And everybody needs to know about hiker safety. So we are excited about that. We are about 3.5 hours away. That showing is this evening at 7:30. And again, I do apologize about the auctioneer in the back. Man, he's doing a great job.
He has been going strong, at least over an hour of auctioneering, whatever you call it, whatever the verb for auctioning is.
I don't know.
But he's going strong. So.
Yeah, I always wanted to, there were a couple things. I always want to be able to whistle. You know how somebody puts their hand? I cannot do that in their mouth and whistle. That's on the bucket list. And I always wanted to do auctioneering just to see if I could do it, like for real. I don't think I can. After watching this guy.
Everything it's just like everything else. You got to practice.
Yeah, I don't think
that's how you get to Carnegie Hall. You just practice.
So what else is in the world, Austin? So since we haven't chatted and we're on the Jester Section Hiker podcast, fill people in. What's next? Adventures, because that's what we're all about this year.
So as far as hiking goes, I tell you, my brothers and I, my frozen adventure last year on segment 3 of the Mountains of Sea Trail, I'm still mentally recovering from cold weather from that trip. But last month we finally finished segment 3. So we picked up at Graybeard Overlook where we called it last year, and hiked the last 20-ish miles from Graybeard Overlook up to Mount Mitchell, and then down to Black Mountain Campground. And in true Side Trail Adventures fashion, I had a memory card
what
glitch.
in Austin every time?
And so it was
What
really
is going on?
it was really weird. So like some of the videos made it and some of them didn't. It was a bad card, so it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. But it's just like, it is what it is.
I'm excited for you to get some of your, because I know you've put on hold a lot of your own adventures, because it's a little bit different making a video than putting out audio. It's a lot different.
Well, it takes, well, and I'm not like super dedicated to like, because it's a time commitment.
Well, you have like a full-time job,
yeah.
and you do part-time gigs and other things in your life. So,
but no, hiking's been. We did the segment 3 trip. Had a little jaunt on segment 4, Mountains of Sea Trail, which was fun. I got to. The original plan was we were going to hike all of segment 4 from Black Mountain Campground with some other folks. Had some issues come up that were beyond our control. And so my brother ended up, but my brother ended up falling on the sword and evac'd one of the guys out to Boone for the night. And so my job, and this was a really tough job, I had to babysit our campsite on Linville Gorge at our favorite campsite right there. At the Chimneys.
I hate you had to do that.
Yeah, it was really tough because the sunset was just about perfect.
One of the most gorgeous places in Western North Carolina, mind you.
I probably won't publish any of the video from that part of the trip just because there's really not much of a story to tell.
Listen, people watch for the views.
Yeah, but I'll probably put some of the Linville Gorge stuff out there. But man, the spot where we camped, it's the same place we did the first time we went through segment 4 with Mark Thompson. But it's probably my second favorite campsite in the world. First is Evolution Lake on the John Muir Trail, where we camped at the outflow of the lake. But number 2 is definitely, we're calling it the Treehouse Campsite.
There you go.
But on the horizon, we might do a small trip, June or July, probably not. But then pack rafting is the new thing.
Love new things.
Yeah, so we started drinking the pack rafting Kool-Aid last year, and so I've got one more video from last year, the pack rafting trip up to Glacier National Park.
Y'all need to go over to Side Trail Adventures and watch those. I'm telling you right now, Glacier, oh my gosh, the water. And y'all carrying those rafts up and under and over and around, I was like, oh my gosh.
So we, it was, I mean, Glacier is just it's a different world up there. It's so gorgeous. But then
it reminded me of Yosemite. I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like the heart of the depth of Yosemite.
They're worth mentioning in the same sentence because they're that gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, the auctioneer has stopped.
Yeah, he's taking a break.
It got silent, and I was like, whoa.
But yeah, so the Glacier trip, I got one more video to pack out for that. But then this summer, we're taking another pretty big pack rafting trip. And I'll just say...
You can tell the Jester listeners where you're going. Come on.
So we're going to the Canadian Rockies.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did I know that?
Well, I'm going to leave it generic like that.
Okay.
But we're going to...
You guys, he'll tell me later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Not to be repeated.
But we're going to the Canadian Rockies.
They're pretty big. The Canadian Rockies are pretty big.
Oh, baby. So the Glacier trip, the way I look at it, so last year, our good friends Andy and Brittany from the channel Bad Hikers, we met them on the John Muir Trail and have become very, very good friends. And so we try to get together with them at least once a year. And so last year was the Glacier trip, and it was the 4 of us did that trip together. And it was the first time any of us had taken a pack rafting trip anywhere. And so we were kind of working out the kinks. So and Glacier National Park, even though it's gorgeous and rugged and everything, it's still a national park. So the trails are pretty well maintained. You've got established campsites. There's privies. And so I kind of equate it to bowling with the gutter guards, the blow up gutter guards. And so you're still bowling, but it's pretty hard to mess up. Like even if you mess up in Glacier, we literally had a ranger station, one of those ranger cabins right next to us.
Right, yeah.
So we were going to be okay. where we're going this summer in the Canadian Rockies is much more the
like
remote.
true.
Yeah. So we're removing the gutter guards, and we're going to go do some legit wilderness pack rafting for 10, 11-ish days. We're going to hike about 30 miles in, and then blow up the pack rafts, paddle a river, go over a pass. I see my definition of pass. I think of like John Muir Trail passes.
Yeah,
it's not a pass, but they call it a pass. So we're hiking over the pass down to another river and hiking that out. And so the river is like, it's a legit whitewater river. So it's class 2-3. There
what
are
was glacier?
Not even, I'd say
Not even.
1+.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, there are some class 4 rapids that we're 100% not doing. We're going to portage around those. Portage around those, because you're in Canada. You got to say it like the Canadians.
That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so that's going to be a pretty.
Y'all, that was my Canadian accent.
It's going to be a pretty epic
Sorry to all
trip.
Canadians if any listen to this. I am no good.
Well, I have Canadian heritage, so.
Okay, so
I
you
can,
say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go.
But anyway, so that's going to be a pretty epic trip. Hopefully none of us die. We'll see.
I hope not.
But no, I mean, we're all, I think we've got enough experience among the 4 of us that we can handle it. And it's going to be an adventure. The way we talked about it, it's going to be right at the edge of what I would consider within the realm of possibilities for us. Anything else, and I think would be too much.
Well, you'll find out.
We will find out one way or
find
the
out.
other. But yeah, I'm super, super excited about that trip. I'm not super excited about my pack weight. So,
Austin, there's no way. These 50-pound pack weights.
Oh, I wish it was going to be 50. So I have,
These 75-pound pack weights.
it's probably going to be something around. So
that is insane.
So shout out to Jason from Ripstop by the Roll, our good friend Jason. When I got back from the Glacier trip, I emailed him and I was like, because my pack that I took to Glacier was just not going to survive another pack rafting trip. I was like, I need another pack that's designed to carry a pack raft. It's designed to carry, 60 plus pounds. And he turned me on to Superior Wilderness Designs,
Okay.
SWD. And so my brother and I both picked up the same pack. The Big Wild is what they call it. It's a 70-liter pack that's designed for heavy loads. So we're going to take those things out to the Canadian Rockies.
I'm good with my 17-pound pack, people. That's a little much for me.
So here's the part that hurts my feelings. So I've been building kind of my packing
I got
list.
Sherpas on this.
I wish. But I've been building my stuff on lighterpack.com. I don't know if anybody's used those before.
Yeah.
But you can essentially kind of understand your base weight a little better, item by item. You just have to build it. It's a little tedious, but it can be informative. And so I've got 20 pounds of paddling gear, which includes the pack raft, paddle, life jacket, helmet, because we're definitely going to need helmets. Probably 11-ish pounds of camera gear, because it's an 11-day trip, and so I'm carrying some extra batteries. And then, yeah, it's probably going to be a 65-pound pack when it's all said and done, which is going to hurt my feelings on those first 3 days of hiking, because then you add 11 days of food.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Is this bear territory?
It's grizzly territory.
Yeah, so you're
But the good news,
barricading
so no bear can. We're going to do the Ursacs. But
Those are tedious.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but it's better than a bear can, because quite frankly, it's not going to fit. But the kind of the double-edged sword of going to a remote wilderness, when we got our permits for this area, the rangers told us that in the last 3 years, only like 2 people have done this permit, done this leg. So the wildlife is not accustomed to people, and so
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't. So bears are
Okay,
out there,
when you
but they're.
come back. You need to do this video. I demand of it immediately.
But anyway, so
You're
like.
making that promise right here.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to give Jester Wallis a
We'll
break.
be on break.
But
We're finalizing
yeah.
one project right now, and when
Yep.
it's done,
There you go.
we'll break again until the
Yeah.
fall, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I mean, unless somebody comes calling with some major.
well, that's kind of the beauty
Hey,
of
we're leaving
trail
our
days.
ideas open. We never
Yeah,
know.
we're gonna keep it fun.
Yeah.
But
We can
anyways,
do what we want. We don't have to. That's the beauty of Jester Wallis Productions. We both have full-time jobs,
it's whatever we want to do.
so we can do what we want.
But anyways, yeah, the wildlife's not accustomed to people, so I think we'll be okay as far as like critters and stuff like that. Not
Well, I'm
stealing
looking
our
forward to
food.
hearing afterwards.
Hopefully
the survival.
hopefully you don't hear about it on the news.
I hope not. All right, y'all. Well, we turn this 10-minute segment into 20 minutes and 53 seconds, like we do.
We're consistent, if nothing else.
Excellent. All right. Well, the auctioneer is gone. I heard a band, and now they're gone. So now we must go.
Indeed.
All right, y'all. Thanks again for listening, Austin. I'm looking forward to our showing tonight,
Yeah.
and we'll be back soon.
Good times.